CBA is predicting only one more interest rate hike. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of Heise Says. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to look at this article written by Eliza Bavin for Yahoo Finance about the CBA predicting only one more interest rate hike. Now, for those of you playing at home, the cash rate is up to 2.85%, with some predicting it'll head up to, 3.5%, 3.65%. It's definitely a dramatic increase from the insanely low rate that we had of 0.1. Now, we have been looking at the impacts of these interest rate hikes on many Australians, particularly those of us that have gotten in under 2%, locked in our mortgage super low, because for some reason, a lot of people didn't trust the RBA when they said rates wouldn't increase until 2024. And well, look at it now. It's still 22, guys. We're not even in 2023 yet. And well, the CBA is predicting that rates will only tick up one more time, and then they might hold to see the damage, economic impact they've done to all of us. So let's have a look at this article. So, the Commonwealth Bank of Australia thinks the RBA will stop hiking interest rates much sooner than expected. CBA economist Christina Clifton said the RBA would hike rates again next month by 25 basis points or 0.25%, taking the official interest rate to 3.1% and then hold. Now, 3% used to be like the emergency rate, guys. I remember reading a paper a few years ago, a document about housing affordability in Australia, and that's what they were saying. Like 3% is it still gives them room to go down, and but ideally they want to be higher. So, enjoy those interest rates, guys. So we're just returning to normal. 0.1%. These low rates were not normal. And the thing is, there are going to be some people now, because this is a 3% increase. If you got a mortgage of 0.1, when the cash rate is 0.1, you've now hit the 3% buffer that APRA required the banks to take into account. When people were applying for loans, they assessed it based on a 3% buffer, 3% increase with what they deem your cost of living and affordability is. It's questionable how useful their methodology is, but people are hitting it now. So we're going to start to see, we're already seeing some distressed sales increase, which isn't saying much. They went insanely low when everyone was on mortgage holiday. So Clifton said CBA was expecting Aussies would tighten spending over summer months, which would cause the RBA to hold rates at 3.1%. So there you go, lads. If you want to see rates go higher, get those afterpays, get the loans to pay the afterpays, and then pay the loans with credit cards. Just spend. There are people doing that. Shit. Maybe we need to make Dave Ramsey mandatory watching in high school here in Australia. We expect that slower economic data over the summer months will keep the RBA on hold after a final 25-point increase to 3.1% in December 22, Clifton said in a note. Clifton made the call after listening to RBA Assistant Governor Michelle Bullock make a speech at the annual Business Economist dinner. In her speech, Bullock said the central bank was trying to toe the line between bringing inflation under control, but also not restraining the labour market. Perhaps most importantly, Bullock noted that the RBA are trying to preserve some of the gains made in the labour market in recent years, while at the same time reducing inflation to target over time. She noted that the RBA could increase interest rates faster and crunch the economy and bring down inflation quickly, but have instead chosen to try to limit the extent of the lift in the unemployment rate. The RBA wants to see spending come under control. Less spending will still bring prices down and therefore inflation. This is why the central bank has been lifting interest rates. Households are feeling the pinch from higher mortgage rates. A borrower on an average variable rate loan of $500,000 has seen their repayments increase by $10,000 a year since the RBA hiked rates in May. So let's have a talk about this, guys. So what do you reckon? Do you think we'll see one last interest rate hike and see the RBA go on hold for a period? It's a holiday period anyway, isn't it? we'll have to keep an eye on consumer sentiment and how much people spent over the Christmas period. Are people going to go silly? Because if they do, well, the RBA may have to take steps to intervene to make us all behave. We're all being naughty children, spending too much money. How dare you? But if people tighten their belt, if they're a bit worried, then interest rates might stay on hold for some time, and then might trickle down again in the future. We'll have to see. As always, thanks for watching. Check out my other channels, Heiser BIM and Heiser Says International, for other topics I discuss. If you're a fan and want to support us, there are a few ways you can. Financially on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of Heiser Says.